Hey, I wanted to document my times after counseling. So I'm really glad I'm going to do this because one day I'm going to look back and just learn from it and be encouraged by it. And hopefully whatever I'm sharing can be an encouragement to other people who might see this. So most of my appointment and counseling was just me sharing a lot of hard things from the past, and I'm going to counseling to get help from past trauma, and it's been really hard for my mind to not daydream about how the appointments would go. So it feels really good to get the first appointment out of the way and to have met this very kind lady, and I feel very proud of myself, and I just feel relieved to finally start it. And the place I'm going to is a health center, so I'm also seeing a healthcare provider that is helping me with the health aspects of it, and that makes me really happy too. I did write down a little bit of the things that Stephanie shared with me, but I was telling her that recently I've allowed myself to grieve parts of the pain, and she told me that it was really good, and she was really happy to hear that I have allowed myself to grieve, because she said that the longer that you don't grieve, the more unhealthy you become, and the more that you're holding on to those things and not allowing them to come out. It's more harmful to your body, sadly. So I'm really glad about that. My whole life I have been hurting about it, and in some ways I didn't know how to grieve, but as I was growing up, but I know that I'm an emotional person, so it's not hard for me to be able to cry, and so I'm thankful about that. I feel like I usually let myself feel things and express it, and be able to grieve it, but it really wasn't until I guess about early 20s or so where I was understanding more of the effects of the trauma. We talked about boundaries today. She was helping me to know how to have boundaries and to be in a healthy place for myself, and to be able to protect myself and know that it's okay to do that. Like when you express needing boundaries, it doesn't mean that you're being dramatic by needing that. It is a healthy thing. If you think that you need a boundary in your life, then it's your choice to express that. She told me that when you're healing from trauma, there's two parts to it. You have to let yourself grieve the pain and let yourself grieve the anger. I was telling her that when I was about 20 or so, I confronted my abuser, and she said that took a lot of courage to do that, and it was really encouraging to hear her say that. And I know a lot of that was God, because it was incredibly hard for me to do, but I'm very glad that I have the memory of fighting for myself and letting God fight for me by confronting Him, and I could feel God speaking through me. I remember He denied it, and I told Him, I looked up at the sky and I said, I know God can see you, and I know God knows what you did, and that felt good to say. And she told me that she's really relieved to see in me that I have decided to break that bad cycle, break that cycle of sin, and just claim for myself that although I've been hurt and wounded, I'm choosing to heal. I'm choosing to create a beautiful life for myself that I know God has given, and we are all responsible for the choices that we make, and I want to claim that over my life and know that God is sovereign over my life. He is in control, and I want to thrive in my life. And so I'm really glad that I did this. It feels so good to have finally started. Very thankful for it. And I just want to say to anyone who's watching this, getting counsel, getting therapy, this is a good thing. There's no shame in it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It is good and healthy to do that. Getting that help you need is a way that you can take care of yourself and allow God to take those damaged parts of your heart and your mind and get help. And I just want to encourage you, if you're struggling with that, like, please look into it. It is so hard to do. I understand that. Believe me, I completely get it. But just take those small steps and just know that you're walking towards something good. For a while, last month or so, when I knew I was going to get this help, but especially the last few days or so, like, my mind was having a really hard time not being very overwhelmed by this counsel, and it helped me to journal and to just express that and say, I feel overwhelmed, this is hard for me to do. And it was okay to feel overwhelmed by that, because I knew I was going to talk about hard things. But it also helped me, I think, today and also yesterday, telling myself that I'm walking towards something good. Like, yes, I'm going to be talking about dark things that have happened, but it's not staying there. Like, there's a hope of help and a hope of healing, and I'm walking towards a person and a place that is fighting with me and fighting for me. And that's something that she ended with. She prayed with me at the end. It was very encouraging that she was telling God, just asking him to guide and help and heal, and telling him that Anna is not alone, that me and Kelly, the healthcare person, we're with her. She's not alone. We're here to help her and here to fight this with her, and just also saying the prayer that my church is here with me and my husband and my boys, and that was something I really need to hear. So I will share the next time, and I've also written a new song. I can't wait to share that too. Bye. I love you guys.